Hello everyone, George Rambleman here. Hope everybody's doing well on this Veterans Day weekend. It's the Sunday before Veterans Day, and I have been meaning to visit the Georgia National Cemetery in Canton, Georgia, which is not too far from where I live, to pay my respects to my dad, who's an Air Force veteran who served honorably in the United States Air Force from 1949 to 1969. And I just hadn't had a chance to get by there lately, and I thought, you know, what better weekend to go than Veterans Day weekend. I'd really like to go tomorrow on Veterans Day itself. I think they've got a ceremony there at the cemetery, but unfortunately I'm going to be out of town on business tomorrow in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, all day. Won't be able to ride up there, and today is just a beautiful November day here in North Georgia. Sunny skies, mid-60s. Fall colors are out in a lot of spots before winter, and I thought, you know, this would be a great day to ride. So let me offer my thanks to all veterans out there that might be watching my vlog. A lot of my high school friends and college friends were military veterans in the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marine Corps, and I salute you guys for your service and the sacrifices you made. Father Neil today at our Mass asked all the veterans to stand up. We give them a big round of applause. But, you know, it's nice to remember our veterans once a year on Veterans Day. It's a national holiday. Unfortunately, it's not a business holiday for a lot of people, and not for our company either. But, you know, sometimes you take for granted the sacrifices that our veterans make. They're overseas a lot of times, without their families, sometimes in a war, sometimes not. But my dad served in the Vietnam War, and he passed away about 2 years ago. God rest his soul. And he had a full military burial and funeral at the National Cemetery I'm going to give you a chance to see today in Canton, Georgia, which looks a lot like Arlington National Cemetery once you see it with all the marble headstones. You know, a few weeks ago I did a little vlog and mentioned that a lot of the marble for these headstones is mined right here in this part of Georgia, and I'm sure that his headstone was mined very close to here. We can't take our freedoms for granted. Veterans are a big part of that, and I salute you for your service. Thank you. You know, I'm a big movie fan, and my wife and I were at home a couple of weekends ago, and we have this smart TV now, which is pretty nice, and we have Amazon Prime, and we were kind of going through a bunch of movies on there to see if we could find something we would like to watch one evening, and came across Red Dawn, the movie with Patrick Swayze, may he rest in peace, about the Russian invasion of the United States. My wife had never seen it, so we watched it, and it was just a great movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you you know, take your freedoms for granted, just watch Red Dawn and see what you know, could possibly happen one day. Hope it doesn't, but you never know. Speaking of movies, my wife and I like to go to the movies occasionally. I mean, we got this big screen TV, and it's almost like being at the movies at our house. But you know, we like to go out to the movie theater once in a while. Unfortunately, a lot of the movies being put out by Hollywood these days is a lot of garbage. We don't see a lot of them, but I'm going to do a quick movie review here for you. This is a full service vlog, but there's a movie out there called Peanut Butter Falcon. As many of you may or may not know, my wife and I have a son with Down syndrome. Great kid, Dan the man. He's 26 years old. And And this movie, Peanut Butter Falcon, is about a young man with Down syndrome who escapes from a nursing home in pursuit of his dream to go to a wrestling school in North Carolina, put on by the saltwater redneck who's a pro wrestler. And anyway, this movie's about his adventures of getting to this wrestling school. He meets up with another guy, and it's kind of a Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn type of story of their adventures. The movie's set in North Carolina on the Outer Banks, and it's got some beautiful scenery in there. And I was thinking about my buddy NC Stoney and other friends I've got up in North Carolina, and said, wow, that's a beautiful part of the world. And then when they were running the credits at the end of the movie, they said it was filmed in Georgia. You know, the southeast part of Georgia's got some barrier islands and coastline, and that's where they filmed the movie. Now, why they didn't just set the movie in southeast Georgia, I don't know. I'm not a movie guy for movie directors, so who knows. But anyway, the movie's a great movie. If you're looking for a good movie, good story, family movie, take your kids to it if you want. It's a great movie. Those of you that like to hear where I'm riding at, I'm on Highway 372, Georgia Highway 372, between Freehome and Ball Ground. And I will take Highway 5 into Canton, Georgia, then Highway 20 west over to the Georgia National Cemetery. Beautiful day. Trees are turning various shades of red and orange, yellow. I'm on Georgia Highway 20, going west now. Just left Canton. I'm going down a mountain here, and I'll be crossing over Lake Altoona, which is a Corps of Engineers lake here in the northwest part of the state. Pretty big lake, pretty nice lake. Water level's kind of down though. Hadn't gotten a lot of rain lately. But the entrance to the Georgia National Cemetery is right up here on the right. It's a veteran cemetery, and it's just a beautiful place. It's up on top of this hill, and just a beautiful place. And here we go. Georgia National Cemetery. You know, I'm not going to say a lot here for the next few minutes. You know, I can kind of consider this a sacred place, kind of sacred ground. You know, hundreds of U.S. veterans are buried here. And on this Veterans Day weekend, what a great chance to come and pay my respects. We enter the cemetery grounds themselves, Georgia National Cemetery. Trees are spectacular. What a beautiful place. a row of simple marble headstones. There's lots of folks here paying their respects today. I just love this simple marble headstone with a cross on top. It adds name and rank. U.S. Air Force, served in Vietnam. It is well with my soul. I'm sure it is, Dad. I miss you. And I'm proud of your service. Rest in peace. We'll be together again someday. Love you, Dad.